Good morning. Thank you for Renee for agreeing to do this video with me. I really appreciate it. So Renee has been working with us since 2018. Her clients think she's amazing. I think she's amazing. And what we're going to do is dig in a little bit about the good, the bad, and the ugly about working as a VA. So thank you again, Renee, for agreeing to do this.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's quite exciting.
So let's get started. Tell me why you wanted to be a VA initially.
Well, initially, when we immigrated here, I'm from Zimbabwe, as you know, and my daughter was, I've got 3 daughters, as you know, as well. And the youngest one was a baby. She was just under 2. And I really didn't want to put her in a daycare because we literally only knew one couple in Christchurch, and we didn't know a soul. And I just felt that I had to be with my children at home and work from home. And I had no idea that the virtual assistant was even a role until I moved to New Zealand. And I remember trying to work out in my head what I'm going to do with my life and everything. And I put a post on Facebook on a group, and I said, does anyone have any inspiration for me to work from home? And a girl said, well, have you tried being a virtual assistant? And I had to Google it because I actually had no idea what that meant. Fast forward a couple of months, and I always joke with you that I was still jet lagged when I did my test. And I actually found out about you through a lady in Australia. You know her. She classed you on her website as one of the top VAs to work for. And so I applied, and yeah, that was the rest. The rest is history. But just to be at home for my girls was the absolute priority, and it all just fell into place.
Oh, and I'm so glad you did Google VA. So if you think back to what your expectations were when you started work as a VA, have they delivered?
Surpassed my expectations. Absolutely awesome. And one of my friends actually coined it. She said, you get to be a mom and have a career. And it's so true. And I think that I give my clients 100% of my time because my time's mine, if that makes sense. Whereas before in office jobs, I used to sit bored and, not give my employer the most of me because I wasn't being challenged. And being a VA, and I'm one of those people that I need to be challenged. I need to use my brain. If I'm not challenged, I don't use my best intentions for my job. So being a VA, there's so many challenges because you've got to flick your brain in and out of industries, and it just motivates me, and I love it. And so I think, yeah, it's my dream job. I'm so grateful every day when I switch on my computer that I get to be at home and have a job and do something that I enjoy.
With clients who love you, can I just
It's reciprocal. Yeah, I love my clients. Very blessed with my clients. They're really lovely. And the people I work with on the team as well, really lovely.
So what are some of the challenges about being a VA? What isn't always easy?
You can't just walk down down to the IT department and say, fix my computer. And I found that quite challenging, funnily enough. And I was like, oh, so that's quite hard. And also adapting to not just having your boss or your manager or whoever, whatever the case may be, next door to go and ask. You've really got to think on your feet and communicate one time with your client, be it a weekly meeting or emails, and you get situations where clients don't like emailing. They find it frustrating. So I found that having a weekly meeting is really nice. And you've got to be proactive and think out the box a lot, which can be quite challenging. Google will be your best friend. But yeah, I found those initially quite challenging, just suddenly coming from a codependent relationship with my boss or whatever, and I mean relationship as in face-to-face, where you can just say, hey, please help me with this. And you know, working in big corporations where you had different departments like your IT guys and whatever to go and get assistance, you're suddenly on your pat. And I'm a technophobe. I'm not very good with technical stuff, so my husband helps me a lot. I'm like, I don't know what to do here, and he pops along and helps. And obviously your clients have their own IT guys that can help if it pertains to what they need you to do. But yeah, so those are the two challenges on the top of my head.
So I'm going to throw a question at you. If you think back in the last week, can you think of a particular challenge or something that wasn't comfortable or something that pushed you?
Yes. Last Friday.
No.
Yeah. Last Friday, I got out the shower and saw a missed call from a call center that I'm on. That, you know, I work. I'm on call for one of my clients, and I quickly logged on the emails, because to try and get hold of to try and call the call center back it's a time waster, and I don't know who called me. And normally they text me to tell me who they are and what message they left, but they didn't that time. So I quickly logged onto the emails and dealt with the problem, but I didn't really know what I was doing, and I couldn't get hold of anybody, as in my clients, to just get some assistance. So I really had to think on my feet, and I was under time pressure, and it would have impacted the business if I didn't sort this problem out. So that was challenging, because I had no one to ask what to do. I just had to follow my nose, and I think a bit of experience came up, and I just thought, well, I'm going to give it everything I have, rather do something about it and fail than not do it at all and look stupid. So fortunately, it all worked out for the best.
It did. And I wasn't even thinking about that challenge when I asked, but I did get an email from the client just to say how much they appreciated that you did show initiative and sort the problem.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Well, I said to the client, that's essentially what my job is, you know, and that's what the core business is about at the end of the day. It's up to me to sort something out and be the shadow and just slip in seamlessly, so that the customer didn't know any better. And to me, that's what we're about, is just to slip in, sort it out, retract again, and be like, okay, all good. Needless to say, I was exhausted that night, but
and then you got to have your shower.
Exactly. Yeah.
So much for a 9-to-5 job.
No, I know. But yeah.
So now I'll ask you about highlights. If someone said to you, what's the best thing about being a VA in terms of it being your career? So I know working from home is a huge benefit, and being there for your kids, which is one of the reasons why I started this business, was I wanted the same. But yeah, if a friend said to you, what's the best thing about your job, what would you tell them?
Seeing my clients win in their businesses. I love it. I love when my clients report back and say, oh, our company's doing well, or we've just issued that report that you helped us with, or sales have gone up by 50% this month, or anything like that. Seeing my clients win just gives me so much joy and pleasure, because not with anything that I've done, but I just like to help people. And if 1 little % of what I've done to assist them has impacted their business, I'm happy. Because I've helped in one little way. I'm not a nurse or a doctor or anything important like that, but
you're making a difference.
A little difference at a time. So that's a massive highlight for me, and I really enjoy it when I get I have a weekly meeting and one of my clients says, oh, this happened this week. And it just makes me happy, especially if it's something that we've done to impact a change or a branding or advice and they followed through. Yeah, that's a really good highlight for me. I really enjoy it. Makes when challenges do arise, it's a good balance, a good reflection. Yeah.
What would you tell someone that's thinking about being a VA?
Get blue light glasses. Yeah, just go for it. If it's something you want, if it's a passion, if you like to work independently, like me, I'm a bit of a free bird. I don't like to be cramped in. So I like to choose my own hours and, like I said, go stand on the field and watch my kids or go to a parent-teacher consultation. Like my oldest daughter has got braces and she got her braces adjusted yesterday and she's really sore, and it wasn't a drama that she could stay at home because I'm here.
Yeah.
And for your career, if you want to expand your visions and your qualifications, I mean, you give us those tools, Justine, and you give us that freedom, and to work with an awesome team and just to dabble in and out of different industries. I mean, it's only possible being a VA as far as that's my opinion, where you have a multitude of genres or different industries and you can be a part of every one. And it's up to you to put yourself out there and excel.
Could I ask you, when you were back before you joined us, were you looking at different options as, what would you tell someone that's, say, for example, looking at joining a team like ours or being a freelancer or getting a remote job for as an employee? Did you look at the different options?
Yeah.
Did I win you with my winning personality?
You won me. For me personally, I would rather work as a team because there's certain things that I'm good at, but they're not my passion. And so to freelance on my own, which I do a little bit because I studied bookkeeping, as you know, and I have my own client. But I'm not ready at this moment in time to start my own thing completely. So I like that I can fall back against you and have resources within the team. And so I did look at bookkeeping, but I wanted, at that moment in time, I didn't know if I wanted to do it solely, where, like I said previously, I can dabble in all sorts of things. I mean, I do customer service, I do office admin, I do PA roles, I do bookkeeping, so for me, I'm checking off all my little to-do lists of what I wanted to do with my life. So at the end of the day, it's a personal preference, but like I said, it's what drives me and what motivates me. And I like the fact that if there is a problem, I can come to you, being not a very confrontational person, and say, Justine, this happened. I need you to sort it out. Where I don't think I would have the capacity right now to do that on my own. And I like having you as a buffer and anybody else on the team to, like I said, to just back me up and help me. Have I answered your question?
You've done brilliant job. And that's it. All the questions over.
Yay.
So thank you so much for being so honest and so open about your journey. And yeah, can I just say how grateful I am that you found us in the first place? Because yeah, I think you're incredible. So I should have stopped the recording first, but that's our interview over. I'm gonna hit stop, okay? I can find the lovely lady.